happy to join with you today.
I used to think that I knew what the civil rights movement meant and what it was, and there are things that I've learned that took me back.
What will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation.
We look at the civil rights movement like, oh, it happened then and that's done, now we've moved on. And we have to realize that we're in an era that's critical.
It's one of those things that smacked me in the face, and it's still incredibly difficult for me to wrap my mind around what everybody in the movement sacrificed.
Now is the time to rise from the dark and desolate valley of segregation to the sunlit path of racial justice. Now is the time.
We have to do something because it's knowing what we know now, it's our duty. We can't just sit there.
I need to step up and do something, step up to the plate. And that's frightening at some point because you don't know if you have the same strength and courage or the same willpower to do what they did.
We're the next generation. I mean, these people are getting older, and we have to take up the fight.
My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
For which our Father's side we have come, we have come.
My name is Leslie Alexandria Roden, called Alex. I'm from Long Island, New York, and I'm a psych major. As freshmen in the MLK Scholars Program, every year we take a trip down south through Alabama and Georgia, specifically Montgomery and Atlanta, and we tour different events throughout the civil rights movement.
All these images and things, they weren't just words. They were actual events, they were actual people's lives.
There was so much physical danger that people put themselves through.
To be put in that position, could I do the same thing that they did?
What are we going to do to represent this movement? What are we going to do to carry this on, bring this back with us upstate?
Oh, my brother. With like some of the museums we saw, some of the pictures we saw, it made it real being here, other than like just reading about it. It just made it more of an actual like occurrence that happened rather than just something like a piece of history that hasn't affected us at all.
The outfit for a Ku Klux Klan member, that just really shook me to the core, because when I've seen it in the past, it's been in a textbook, and it's just like, that's a Ku Klux Klan outfit, that's what they did, okay. But there was a person in that outfit with such hatred for me just because of the color of my skin that God somehow put me in. The common theme throughout the whole institute and the exhibits that though we're different races, we're different colors, we come from different cultures, we have different values, we're all still human. Though we look different, we're still the same on the inside, and we still all deserve equality and rights.
But on Sunday, September 15th at 10:22, a bomb went off here at this site, and it killed 4 people. The 4 little girls, from the rubble and everything, ended up actually being found just laying on top of each other.
every day the black people went through such a struggle, yet they had such a strong faith in God, that the whole movement was centered around the church. And even though, in my mind now, I think of all the racist things now, I think, God, why did you put me in this skin? Why did you bring me into this world 10 steps behind everyone else? Yet they just sat there and said, He gives me all of this. I have so many things that I should be grateful for.
You don't really understand the things that they went through unless you've actually seen them and talked to them.
The power structure from Selma got angry and decided that they would stop the movement. So they was to put me in jail because I was supposedly the leader. And they threw me in the Perry County Jail in solitary confinement and said that I was gonna be lynched. And so they left the church to come down to the jail, which was on the next corner, to protest my arrest and to set up a vigil to let them know that they knew I was in jail. And upon leaving the church, they were brutalized, beaten badly in the streets.
I cannot see myself being able to stand there and see people that I know and love be hit, beaten, and not have an action against them.
To see the courage of these people just say, no, this is wrong, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make this stop, because I know deep down in my heart that I wasn't brought, God didn't place me here to live this life. We walked across the Medgar Evers Bridge.
Ms. Foster said, we don't need to drive from Selma to Montgomery, we need to walk.
I think a lot of people think, civil rights movement was, people marching and they got what they wanted, but there was so much more pain, there was so much more suffering that people maybe don't think about.
Though everyone in the MLK program are not black, we're all ethnic students, but we all decided, you know what? It was a social injustice. We're gonna fight for it regardless. We know it's wrong. Everything today was just the same repetitive theme of fighting regardless of what race or color you were. Just if you had something, if you saw something that was wrong, that you made it right.
It's not just page 156 in your history textbook. These are people's lives. This is your life.
He's just a simple man that decided to make a stand and say, this is wrong, I'm gonna act on it.
Dr. King was a main leader in the movement. Without him, we might not have the rights that we have today.
You made a vow at that moment that you are going to continue Dr. King's work and you're going to fight and make this world better for your children and your children's children and their children.
The civil rights movement never died. It's still continuing on, and that's where the success is. Nobody stopped after 68 when Martin Luther King died. I mean, we signify the end of it in the textbooks, but it's still going.
Now, we all have had this experience where we can go back and say, I think I have a better understanding. I think what happened there is this.
When I came into the program, came in with the idea that civil rights, black versus white, and that's all it was. But social injustice doesn't stop at race.
I was really sort of overwhelmed before. I didn't know exactly what it meant to be an MLK scholar, but I think now it's to have hope.
Now we have a responsibility because we got this opportunity that not a lot of people got. An opportunity that we have to take and run with it.